Hey y'all, it's LeBrad. So I want to share a very quick story about how spiritual things are not always invisible. So anyway, so I arrived in Tulum, and for the first 4 days, it was super amazing. It was all, for me, it was like out in the jungle and the beach and like praying and praising God and speaking in tongues, and it was just and fasting. It was just very, very, very amazing. On the, I was planning to stay for 8 days. On the fourth day, um, someone arrived who was coming down to join me, and immediately, and just before they arrived, I was in prayer, and um, I saw something in the spirit, and what I saw in the spirit, that person that was coming actually mentioned that thing to me before they arrived. Said something about the same thing that I saw in the spirit. So I was like, So almost immediately, like I had been in the jungle the entire time. I maybe got bit by one or two bugs, and this is the jungle, so you expect to get bit by something. But immediately, when they arrive, it's like the bugs just begin to attack, right? And I kind of see that kind of thing spiritually. You see that, um, but yeah, it was very pronounced upon their arrival. It was like with the bugs attacking. That's not what the main part. So we ended up, staying together for the second leg of my trip, and um, the first 4 days it was nice and sunny. They arrive and it begins to rain, and it rains the next day, and it rains the next day. So while we were kind of stuck in the hotel, I went into the bathroom, and I'm praising, and I'm actually watching Prophet Lovey, and praying with him and the rest of Revelation Church, and it's just raining, raining, raining really hard. And when I come out of the bathroom after praying, I see that the entire floor is just wet. It's just flooded with water, and we can't figure out where has the water came from. But it looks like it's either coming from this little tiny refrigerator, or from like this locked door, from under this locked door that leads to, we don't know. Well, we finally figure out that the the room above was a bi-level room. The balcony there had completely flooded out, like about 4 inches of water. The water then went through that top level of the bi-level room, went down the steps, down to the room adjacent to ours, flooded that room, and then began to come into our room. And I discovered this right after praying. It's like I come out of the bathroom from prayer, and this is what we discover. It's so interesting that it also was because of this drain on the balcony. Our balcony was covered because it was below the one above, but the one above had more of like a thatched kind of roof, and I guess it was just so much water that had dropped. But it was very interesting that I had actually poured a cup of water into the drain on our balcony earlier, before all this happened. And then I guess the one above the drain had been clogged with leaves or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what, but it was a certainly like a very real, tangible, spiritual thing that kind of happened after I had been praying, and then that happened. And then more recently, of course, I saw the same thing in the spirit, kind of after the fact. But yeah, I wanted to share that.